Hey there, welcome. So in this lecture, we'll continue to deliberate upon the git reflog command. And also, we'll continue to use this demo rebase repository to explain the concepts behind the git reflog. Now to see reflog information formatted like the git log output, you can run the following command. Let me show you. So git log, then the flag or option G, and suppose we want to deal with the master branch, then master, press enter. So it starts with master at 0 and then continues with subsequent reflog details such as master 1, master 2, and so on. And if we press the spacebar, we'll be able to see the further details of reflog formatted like the git logs output. So here are the details for a particular reflog information. So you can see the commit message over here, the date, author details, the reflog message. So let's press spacebar and continue to see the further details. We have reached the end and we can type Q to return to our prompt. It's important to note that reflog information is strictly local. It's a log of what you have done in your repository. The references won't be the same on someone else's copy of the repository. For example, if you clone a repository and try to access the reflog, you will get empty results since you have an empty reflog because no activity has occurred yet in your repository. Now, if you run the command git show head at 2 months ago, that will work only if you clone the project at least 2 months ago. Now, if you just cloned it an hour ago, you'll get no results. And another important information for you is a location of reflog information. Now, the reflog data is kept in the .git directory under the subdirectory logs. Now, if you are interested to dig deeper, you can access the subdirectory logs under the .git directory. So let's clear the screen and let's now discuss about log versus reflog. Now they sound very similar, however there are quite a bit difference between the two. Now let's type the command git log -- one line -- decorate -- graph -- all. Press enter. Now as you can see, git log shows the current head and its ancestry. That is, it prints the commit head points to and then its parent and further its parent and so on. So it traverses back through the repo's ancestry by recursively looking up each commit's parent. Now if I execute the git reflog command, press enter, so you can see that git reflog doesn't traverse head's ancestry at all. The reflog is an ordered list of the commits that head has pointed to. Basically, it's undo history for your repository. The reflog isn't part of the repository itself and isn't included in pushes, fetches, or clones. It's purely local. Understanding the reflog means you can't really lose data from your repository once it has been committed. If you accidentally reset to an older commit or rebase wrongly or any other operation that visually removes commit, you can use reflog to see where you were before and restore your previous state. We'll shortly discuss on how to achieve such things. Now, a word of caution. You sometimes can lose data because reflog entries do not persist eternally. They are purged upon certain conditions. Generally, if the destructive operation was not more than 2 weeks ago, you are most probably safe. Okay, so now that you have learned what git reflog is and how to access entries in the reflogs, I'll show you an example how can you use an entry in the reflog to revert to a state that would otherwise get lost. Now the head at curly braces n syntax lets you reference commits stored in the reflog. It works a lot like the head tilde n references, but the n in the head at curly braces n syntax refers to an entry in the reflog instead of the commit history. Okay, so let's get going with the example. Let's check the contents of the directory, and here we have multiple files in the demo reflog repository that I have created for you. So it's a fresh repository. As you can see, if I do the git log dash one line, then there is a single entry in the repository which has been used to set up the repository. So I'll simply edit the file 404.html, press enter. I'm in the editor and I'll make few simple changes. So first I'll change the title to git reflog demo. So that will be our first change, and I will do a git express commit with dash a option. So the branch is master. I added a title as an action, and the file is 404.html. Quotes close, press enter, and the commit is done. I'll do another simple change. I'm in the editor, and here I'll change the line height from 1.2 to 1.5, and that will be our second change. So I'll quit the editor after saving, WQ to quit and save. Now I'll do an express commit for the change we made right now. So branch is master, and we modified line height, and the file is 404.html. Quotes close, press enter, and the commit is done. Let's clear the screen, and now we'll execute the git log command. So we'll retrieve the version of the git log command we executed earlier. Press enter. So these are the two commits we made, or in other words, these were the two modifications in the repository after setting up the repository. And now, for some important reason, I felt I don't need these two changes and I want to scrap these changes. So for that purpose, I want to execute the git reset command with the hard option, and I choose to reset to this commit ID. So I copy this commit ID, paste it, and press enter, and we have reset our history as you can see in the git response. So let's do a git log once again, and you can see we have successfully reset it to the commit ID, which is 01F12C7. And let's now check the reflog, and you can see that all our moves have been recorded by Git, and there are 4 entries in the reflog now. And let's assume that I stopped working on this feature which is related to these two commits, and after a few days I had a discussion with my developer friend, and after the discussion I realized that I should not have scrapped these two commits, and it's important for me to restore my repository to what it was before the reset was done. So Git provides you the opportunity to do that. So for this purpose, what you need to do is you need to do a git checkout, and then you need to access your reflog. And since you want to restore your repository to a position where it was before the reset, you need to access the reflog, which is head at the rate curly braces 1. So let's copy this reflog, which is head at the rate curly braces 1, and do a git checkout, press enter. Now you can see that you have entered into a detached head state as indicated by Git. And if you create any commits in this detached head state and you want to retain them, then you can well use this command git checkout -b and then a branch name, or in other words, you can create a branch and your commits in the detached head will be retained then. Let's clear the screen, and you can see that we are in the detached head state by looking at this prompt itself. So let's do a git log once again. So let's execute the git log command we executed earlier. So this is the one, press enter, And here you can see in the detached head state, you are able to see the two commits that you scrapped earlier since you used the reflog to check out at this commit ID. And now our intention is to restore our repository so that we have these two commit IDs. And now we are not quite actually done, and we want to have another change before we create a branch to retain the commit. So let's do a change in the file 404.html upon which we were working earlier. Press enter and I'll do another simple change. So let's change this text alignment. Instead of center, we have the left now. Press escape key to quit and save, and let's do an express commit. So I'll retrieve an earlier commit command and I'll modify it appropriately. So in order to mark that we are in a detached head state, I'll simply tag it with detached head, and our action was modified text alignment, and the file is of course 404.html. Press enter and our commit is done. Now if at this position I do a git checkout master, the commit we just now made will be lost. And not only that, these two commits which you can see over here, after accessing the reflog, two will be lost. Now our intention is to restore our repository and also retain the fresh commit we made just now. And in order to do that, we need to create a branch. Let's name the branch restore branch, and we use the git checkout-b command. So with this command, we'll switch into this branch as well, and let's clear the screen. And if you execute the git log once again, you'll be able to see that we have been able to retain our freshly created commit. So in this position, you can continue to work on the feature that you are working on the file 404.html, and let's do that. So let's create another commit in the file 404.html. So this time we'll change the font family, and our font family will be Arial Black. Press escape key WQ to quit and save, and let's do an express commit as we did earlier. So we'll just modify the action. So that was modification of font family, and of course we'll remove this tag detached head and we'll replace it with restoration branch. Now it's not quite restoration, so it's a restore branch. Press enter, and now let's clear the screen. And now we have decided to merge this restore branch to our main line of development, which is master branch, and hence we'll do a git checkout master. Press enter, let's clear the screen, and let's do execution of git log command once again. So we have been able not only to restore this, but also we have worked further on the feature involving the file 404.html and created two more new commits. So let's now merge this branch, which is restoration branch, and we have done a successful fast forward, and we are done with the branch restoration branch. So we'll delete the restore branch, and the branch is deleted. Let's clear the screen and let's execute the git log command once again, and well, you can see our head is at this commit ID, and the reference to the restore branch has been deleted by git since we have deleted the branch itself. And let's do a git reflog now. Press enter, and git stores all the movements of our in the reflog entries right from the commits that we make to reset, checkouts, and merging. So that culminates our learning on the reflog, and we have learned what a reflog is, how to access reflog using the special syntax on which we had a discussion, and how to implement restoration of your repository to a previous position by accessing reflog. So with this, we conclude this lecture.